Jackie boy. Woo!
Oh, what a connection that is, isn't it?
Bosh. So we'll do a little Willionaire member interview.
Yeah.
So I did one with Cass yesterday. Gonna get more with the boys. So we'll start off by telling people who are you, what do you do?
Well, my name is Jack Ormanroyd. Am I meant to look like?
We're gonna look at the camera. We'll look at each other.
And do like a bit, like half an hour.
Bit of both.
Alright, cool. Well, my name is Jack Ormanroyd. In Willionaire, I'm known as like the sales professor, the sales assassin, best at sales and fucking planet, basically. And if I put my ego to the side for one sec, like I've been closing for 18 months. I've been in, prior to that, sales for 2 years. And it took me a long time to be able to develop the skill set that I have today. Not necessarily just time invested into skill set, but like introspection, fucking mindset work, the internal work. Because 80% of your result in sales comes from your fucking perceptions on the planet. 20% actually comes from your skill set. But to be able to get a good skill set, you first need a good mindset, right? So it's always this fucking juxtaposition. Now, from October 2023 to January 2024, I made like 3k pounds. It's like 500 a month. My expenses were like $1,000 a month as well. So I was like, it was looking rough. Then January rolled around. Halfway through January, I landed V-Shred, which is like an insane offer, like high volume, tripwire offer, but I didn't care. In the first 2 weeks, I made 3.6k. And I was like, damn, if I double that, I can make like 7k. It's pretty fucking sick, like, that's awesome. Then in February, I was like, I'm not gonna sell for 7k or more. And in February, I hit 14k. And like, that was the first real one. I was like, damn it, I did it.
You doubled the work ethic, then you got double the result.
Yeah, I was working mad hours. I was working like 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. Every half an hour slot was booked out 7 days a week, and every slot was full.
Back to back.
Back to back, every day. But I was never even burnt out, like I didn't. There was a couple of points in the month where I did feel like putting my head through the wall, but that's like the process, innit, of going through it versus, or like looking at it versus going through it, right? Like I actually was going through it rather than fucking just wondering, what happens if I take 22 sales calls a day? Wonder what happens. Like I was actually fucking going through it. So it's kind of like bit of a mad example, but if a girl's pregnant versus if a girl's has baby fever, like, oh my god, I can't wait to be pregnant, versus when girls are pregnant, they're like, I fucking, like, they want to kill
You are pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. Like two different fucking sides of life. And so that's what I was going through. Then I went to Thailand and met you. That was in the end of March, yeah. Like I came on March the 22nd, I think. Then I left Thailand, travelled the world a bit, and yeah, now I find myself in Marbella with you again.
It's funny how it works.
Fucking full circle, yeah.
And you've now launched your own offer, haven't you?
Yeah, so I left closing on Wednesday. It's now Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
It's now Sunday. So 4 days ago, I've been running it for a month, done about 20k over the month, and all of my clients have came through Willionaire, apart from one.
Siggy.
Yeah, Siggy.
Would you fucking look
Shout
at
out
that?
to you.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, insane. And I never even thought, like, because I was just a closer, and like as a closer, your network does mean a lot, but only if you're dealing, only if your network is full of fucking business owners or other closers. Which when I joined, I was one of the first members. Like there wasn't many closers in there. I was pretty much the only one. But now there's a lot more, and some good ones in there as well, actually. So now I've transitioned. I've like graduated from closing, and yeah, it's fucking. I just feel like I'm back to being a bit of a retard. You know what I mean? Like I've kind of mastered closing, not mastered it, but like got fucking really good. Now I'm back to like, I only really know how to close. I don't know how to run a business. I'm in this fucking like going through it again.
So now you've found yourself at a new crossroad with different problems.
Yeah.
But problems are just opportunities to grow on.
Great problems to have as well. Like I really can't complain about the problems that I've got right now, because they're actually insane problems to have.
Quite fun. So what are you doing to get clients? Obviously you said you got most of your clients from Willionaire.
Yeah.
That can only happen for a certain period of time. What's your plans going forward with the business? How do you plan to scale it? And cough cough, is there any Willionaire boys helping you?
Yeah, well, first of all, how I plan to get more clients is to get you to piff me on sales training so that you can bring more clients in and I can close them. That if that doesn't work, then I'm essentially just content, YouTube, long form, dropping all of the sorts. There was some guy, I didn't really know much about what he was talking about, but he did tell me one very interesting thing. You give them the plan, but you sell them the implementation. But yeah, I don't really know how much weight that holds because he wasn't that smart. But
That's my
I'm only joking. Yeah, he's actually.
Oh, was it him who told you? No way.
Yeah, little dickhead. But yeah, like there's a couple of the Willionaire boys helping me. Obviously, we got Will for my mindset because sometimes I can just lose my shit basically, and he helps keep me in the reins. Got my her helping me out with a little bit, like offer logistics, planning out like what actually makes sense, putting everything in order for me to take the relevant steps at the right time. Liam, who's helping me with my short form content, and yeah, I think that's it.
And Alfie just makes you want to be better, doesn't he?
Yeah, Alfie just literally drives me to the point where it's like I have no other point but to improve, basically, because I can't let this kid still yap load in my face. So
Healthy competition.
yeah, healthy competition for sure, bro. So it's insane.
What's happening? So you've been in Marbella with us for a month.
Mm.
What's your plans afterwards? Because I'm leaving with Mahir tomorrow. We're going to Bangkok to meet with the other boys.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans for the next couple of months?
Yeah, I'm going to Bangkok on Tuesday.
What?
No, I'm joking, not really. That would be sick though. I've really been considering going to Bangkok, but I just can't. I can't do it.
Nah.
Nah.
You've got plans in place though.
Yeah, I'm going to South America in 3 weeks, which is kind of mad. Which means I really need to get my shit together. Well, my shit's already together, but I just need to double down now on the shit that I've got in place. South America on the 26th. I've got a marathon on the 16th of March. So that's going to happen in Barcelona. Then I'm going to fly to South America on the 26th. I might need to go back to the UK to wish my sister a happy birthday. I was gay as fuck. I don't want to do that, but I think I'll have to. Yeah, I plan in South America just to network and just see the world and just really like fucking open up my mind a lot. Because I've been, every time I go traveling, like I've been with the boys, which has been insane. But also I think it's important to spend a bit of time on your own.
Oh, absolutely. I was, just before this, I was at Paddle Club, I was having a steak and I was just thinking to myself. I was just thinking, I was like, fuck, I've not actually had this downtime in ages.
Yeah. Sometimes when you're with people for so long, like you lose the ability to think almost because you just speak so much.
That's probably the only downside of like living in a villa like we are now.
Yeah.
You don't get that alone time. But the thoughts you do have get provoked and expanded on by using those people who you're with.
For sure, yeah. There's definitely like a pro and con to it, right? It's like you can always just speak about the impulsive thoughts that you have and be like, is this the right way to think? Like, even if you don't really identify it as a way of thinking, somebody corrects you, you're like, oh shit, yeah, that actually makes sense, to be fair. I don't need to think like a retard. Or I've been staying up a lot, quite late at night, just working when you boys go to bed, and that gives me a lot of time to just like zone in and focus and just be like, and have literally like zero distractions. Like, there's not even a noise from outside, you know what I mean? Like, there's no animals, cars.
Just snoring.
Just snoring from her and just the tapping of my keyboard, yeah, that's literally it.
Do I snore?
You snore like a motherfucker.
Do I?
A little video of it, yeah, on my phone.
Oh, fucking hell, I lay down in bed and you put a condom on my head.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So, yeah. For the guys that are watching, what would you say that the, not specific moments, but if you had to talk in terms of highlights, what would you say that the highlights of these trips are for you, if you had to summarise them into points?
For me, the laughs, first and foremost. Doesn't matter where we are, we could be playing paddle, we could be having dinner, we could be all working, something funny will happen, and it just has me like belly laughing. So that's one point. The second point is where we have those deep conversations, because yeah, we laugh and joke all the time, but it's when we have the deep conversations and like, you actually get hit in the face with a bit of reality, like, oh shit. So that's how he sees the world, and it just completely distorts your reality and helps you improve yourself. The activities, it's just great fun. You know, like, when else do you get to play paddle with like a bunch of other lads? When else do you get to go on a hike? When else do you get to, what else we're doing, go on a yacht while we've been here? It's like when you get to do those things with people just like yourself, it's just so much fun because it's like everyone's so relatable.
Yeah.
And you can let your hair down. You don't have to feel like conscious about anything. Like you just know that the people who you're with are G's, they've got your back. And you're all working towards the same goals.
Agreed, actually, because I can present myself to a new person in a new country where they know nothing about me as the person that I want to be seen as, without being like scared of them judging me because they've known me as somebody before. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas when you're in your own hometown, you never have, when you go to introduce yourself to your like lifelong best friend as like a new person, you're kind of like, damn, they've known me this way for already 23 years. Like, why are they going to accept me being different?
Well, it was your first time meeting. You've met Ned and Julius and me before. You met Cass before, but it's your first time meeting Alfie and Mahir, wasn't it? How was that meeting for like the first time?
Well, Alfie obviously met first, and he came and stayed at my gaff for a night, which was sound actually. And he was actually like, the person that I met on that night was definitely not the same person that I left. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I was thinking about it last night. I was thinking, what the fuck actually happened in those 4 weeks that changed like that, bro? But I think obviously people just take a bit of time to come out of their shell and shit. Do you know what I mean? Because I probably wasn't the same person as he saw on that first night as well, you know. So yeah, it was just insane. It was really like warming, welcoming. Don't really know how else to put it. Like, it was very like inviting to know that there are other people. Like, Alfie didn't even have an online business. Now he made fucking like 20 grand in
3 days or something.
like 3 days. And now he has a Google Calendar and he's buzzing and he's going, oh, take my fucking calendar. Like,
Check out, working like that.
yeah, he's working like that on these couches, like sweating like
Sweat
fuck.
patches everywhere.
Yeah. And meeting with her was pretty standard, to be fair. Expect him to be a bit nicer than he is, but
Yeah. What's your favourite part about these trips and your favourite part about Willie and I in general?
Favourite part? You busy?
No, I was checking the time. Check the time for your
So
call.
we can cut that out anyway.
13 minutes.
13 minutes. Right. Bro, it's actually really hard to label it down into one thing because I don't really have like one favourite thing. It's like a clusterfuck of everything.
Clusterfuck.
Yeah. And one is the trips, it's like exploring the world.
You've been to Snowdonia and Marbella.
Yeah, and Thailand as well.
Thailand,
yeah. A few of the Willie and I boys are out there now. But having like OG status is pretty sick.
Yeah.
But like that again, that's like really playing into my ego more than anything else. But my favourite part would really be like, probably not what you'd expect, but coming on these trips and hanging out with people all the time basically means that like you have no other option. Well, you got two options. You can either use the people who are succeeding around you as like to then drive and succeed yourself and to springboard off the success that they have and use that as like momentum that you can roll with, or you can sit and be like, oh fuck, they've got the money, they're making money, and like I'm not, because I've closed I think 3 or 4 people since I've been here, and out of cash collected out of the boys I think I'd probably sit at the bottom. But to me that's not something I think like, oh my god, I can't believe that I'm at the bottom of the cash collected table. But I know eventually like that won't be the case.
Yeah.
But I also see it as like, I could see that in 2 different ways, and once upon a time I know for a fact I would have seen it as like, yeah, fuck these lot, like, you know, I'm better than them, and like go down that route. But now I see it as like, do you know what, like that's actually fucking inspiring to see it in real time, to see it actually happening, and you're just like, fuck, like that's such like a fucking interesting analysis to look at in your mind and be like, there's so many different routes and avenues that you can fucking.
It kind of shows you what's possible.
Yeah.
It's like, say, like a few of the boys have hit that 50k month mark, and you look at them and think, all right, so this is what happens when I keep applying myself, keep working hard. This is what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get that 50k month. So it's really just, it shows you what's possible. It kind of shines a light down like a dark tunnel. Shows you what's there.
Yeah. But there's never really any light at the tunnel. That's how I like to put it, because there isn't really. Like, you can stop and you can choose when you leave the tunnel. But for those, like, I don't believe that there is ever like a light at the end of the tunnel. But the one who's willing, like, I'd rather die fucking hacking my way to the end of this tunnel than to turn around or leave when I get to X point in my life, you know.
Dragging your pickaxe back.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than that, to know that everybody else at that point is still pushing on and you're walking back. It's like, nah. And like that's the benefit of having like a tribe mentality as well, right? Like when you're surrounded by people like this, like you can't be the one who's just like, nah, let's stop, boys. Like you can't be that person. You have to be. You either choose to walk or you get left.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's so valuable. And people who don't have that, that's who I see let their limitations hold them by the fucking belt loops, you know.
What's your plans for the rest of the year, business-wise?
This month is going to be a 30k month. That's where I see this being. 30k pounds, so like 40k dollars roughly. So I think it's like 38k dollars. Then by the end of the year, 100k months. In terms of business, that's where I need it to be. Not where I need it to be, that's where I know it's going to be. What that does is that means that I can now pay off like every single bit of debt that I have, every bit of debt that my mum has. It just allows me to fucking not be like a closer, not just wear one hat, but to be able to be a fucking highly decorated entrepreneur, to hit 100k in his first or his second year of entrepreneurship.
First year of business.
First year of business, that would mean the world to me, you know. So that's where I see it going. In terms of this, I want to have like a solid name in the industry that, just like when people need that kind of help, that kind of attention, whether it's to do with their mindset, whether it's to do with their sales team, whether it's to do with their fucking sales processes. If they just need like a one-to-one chat, but they know they're going to get some real shit, you know, some real core fucking raw, authentic slaps. And like they know that they can come to me and I want to be known as the person who does those 4 things.
Yeah.
That's the status that I want to achieve by the end of this year.
It's powerful, that. What's the most important lesson you've learned since starting closing, since starting your business, everything?
The most important lesson, there's so many different ones that I could say that spring to mind, but the first one that springs to mind is to not ride the wave. And like when you have a sick month, this happens with a couple of people that I coach, it's like they ride this fucking wave like, oh my god, I'm doing so good, but inevitably when a fucking sick day, week or month happens, or even a great year, you come off the back of that thinking, that was fucking sick, I'm so good now. But when you get good, you become so attached to being good that you end up being so attached to the outcome because you believe that your skill set is the best it's ever been, which it probably is at that time. But because your skill set is the best it's ever been, that means that you expect the same outcome to be the same all of the time. But the one thing that you're not in control of is the outcome. The one thing that you are in control of is your skill set. So the internal work then needs to be done to go above your skill set, and then your skill set matches it. If that doesn't happen, then your ego just takes over, predicts this result that's going to happen, it doesn't happen. Then when that result doesn't happen, you have an automatic disbelief in yourself because you haven't achieved the result that your ego set out to achieve. But then all of a sudden, you go through this cycle of disbelief because just as quickly as you go up, you go down. Yeah. And so being able to maintain that introspectiveness and the ability to zoom out, that is what I would say would be the strongest lesson. So if I had to summarize, not riding away, the ability to introspect and to zoom out, to see things from all angles and to understand that, okay, I'm kind of attached to the result right now, let me take a step back, let me just see how I can detach myself from the result, put in the work to be keener to get a better result, so that result means nothing to me.
Yeah.
You know.
Nice one, Jack.
Bit of an in-depth answer, but
I liked it. I like in-depth.
Yeah.
I don't like surface level though.
Yeah, at level 3.
So level 3, IDCC. What?
It's IDC is what it is. The Identity Closing Code. But I realised that I can't really have it as IDC. I probably could, but I would need it as like IDCC. But the lead magnet is IDSSF, the Identity Shifting Sales Formula.
And where can people find that?
On my YouTube. So if you search up Jack Ormonroyd, ORMONROYD, you'll find that YouTube video and it will change your fucking life, mate.
And where can people find you? Instagram?
Instagram again, Jack Ormonroyd. YouTube, Jack Ormonroyd. Instagram and YouTube is mainly the ones that I use. I also use Facebook as well for like a sales personal brand. So you can find me again, believe it or not, Jack Allenroyd on Facebook. And the profile picture is the one of me and my brother smoking a cigar. It's actually in Koh Samui, where that photo was taken at Mayfi.
I remember that night. I wasn't invited.
Yeah, you were. You just didn't turn up.
Yeah, right.
You didn't turn up.
Fast, well.
So if you want Will to no-show your dinner parties that you set up, then join Willionaire and yeah.
Well, these are all going to get closed now once Jaff pips us.
Yeah, I would genuinely say to anybody out there thinking, do I join a tribe? Do I join a networking community? What's even the point of me having a network? I'm just a closer. Or what's the point of me having a network? I'm just a small business owner. It's like, well, what if joining a network solved that identity that you set on yourself? What if joining a network took you from a small agency owner or just a closer to now being able to leverage that skill set into a new vehicle or the same vehicle but modify it and be able to take you to a whole nother fucking dimension? Or you can just sit there and fucking look from the outside in thinking, oh my God, that looks great, I wish I had something like that, and just always hesitate on what it feels like to be part of a fucking solid community. So if you don't do it, then basically you're just a massive pussy, mate.
Jack Allenroyd, ladies and gentlemen.
What are you cut that one out. Yeah. You better cut the first one out, Adam. You know.
Nice.